Hey guys, this is Jay Stone, the emotional nudist, master brand coach, and your authentic living mentor. So check this out. I was just trying my bestest to do a Periscope, and I try to do Periscope at least a couple times a week, build a community, do yada, 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 yada. Well, my connection apparently wasn't so great, and I was having this awesome topic about eating your fear, and I guess my connection got a little grainy, so I promised everybody that I would do a full-blown video on YouTube so that I could share it with all you guys. So maybe about a month ago, I was on Paul Carrick Brunson's Mentor Monday. So if you're not familiar with Mentor Monday, Google the hashtag Mentor Monday. Paul Brunson, his name is spelled B-R-U-N-S-O-N. And you can find him on Twitter and Instagram at Paul C. Brunson. Okay, so Paul has this awesome platform called Mentor Monday. Brings in a lot of the top business owners, entrepreneurs in the country, and they kind of just share their tips and expertise with the audience. It's a great interactive platform. Paul is an amazing host. It's really fun but informative, and it's one of the best business owner platforms out there now. So I'm just going to recommend that you check out Mentor Monday with Paul. So I was on Mentor Monday about a month ago, and of course I'm doing my usual yada yada yada. Branding is awesome. You want to be great, you want to build a brand, blah blah blah. And then I had this conversation about fear, and I made the statement, keep eating your fear until it tastes good. And since I made that statement, I mean, for the past month, I've get, several comments daily about that particular statement. And I think it probably resonated with a lot of people. So let me just tell you where that comes from with me. As a kid, I hated vegetables. I didn't like green vegetables. I didn't want to eat. I wanted to eat junk all the time. I wanted to eat sweets and sugar. And my mom was a nurse, so she was very adamant about the fact that I needed to eat green vegetables. So she tried a lot of different ones. I didn't like any of them. And then it was like broccoli. And so I didn't want to eat the broccoli. Didn't really like the broccoli. But over time, as she kept feeding it to me, I developed a taste for it. Right? I developed a taste for it. My palate shifted to like it. And over time, I learned to eat it. And now broccoli is absolutely my favorite vegetable. So the point in the story is you have to develop a taste for fear. You have to develop the tolerance for fear. You have to keep eating it one bite at a time until it tastes good. So let's take your favorite food. When I was on Periscope, people said, fried chicken, popcorn. I know I love cake. Cake is like my absolute favorite thing. So imagine that your fear has to eventually taste like popcorn or cake or whatever your favorite drink is. Imagine your fear eventually going from being bitter and hard and tart to being something that you revel in, something that you look for, something that you know is going to make you feel amazing because you've consumed it. And I'm going to say that again. You feel amazing because you consumed it. So let me just talk about how that works in fear. As an entrepreneur, I was initially not a risk taker. I took moderate risks. So when I took moderate risks, I had moderate success. So one of my biggest fears was being called fat. That was my biggest fear about creating a public brand and a public persona. My biggest fear was for people were going to call me fat. And so I didn't put pictures of myself out there. If I did, it was like only a headshot. I didn't do videos. I didn't do a lot of things that really could have propelled my brand. All the stuff that I'm telling you guys to do now is stuff that I wouldn't do for myself. And I built this amazing brand behind the scenes and made all the pretty graphics, but none of those included my face. Okay. And then I wrote this article for Essence. People Googled me and found my picture anyway, and the first thing they did was to start to call me fat. And I mean, it went on and on and on. And so my biggest fear became realized. And so the thing that I was most afraid of happened to me. And guess what? I figured it out. I survived. And then I wrote an article about my battle with obesity, and Essence picked it up. And then producers from BET picked it up. And then I ended up having a spotlight on the TD Jakes show. Specifically about the battle with obesity. Okay, so I was catapulted into the national spotlight specifically to talk about the thing that I was most afraid of people knowing about me. So you understand that I was forced to eat my fear. But the lesson in being forced to eat your fear is that the next time fear is served up on the table, you can eat it without blinking and it tastes good. And so the way that the thing that I'm going to tell you to do is to start out with, look at your biggest fear and start to nibble at that fear one bite at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Whatever that biggest fear is, I want you to keep biting at it and chomping at it until you conquer it, because that's the thing that's keeping you from that's keeping you moderate versus immaculate. That's the thing that's keeping you from going to the next level. That's the thing that's keeping you from overcoming. That's the thing that's keeping you from earning exponentially. The fear is holding your future hostage. And I'm a witness of that. So baby, I'm basically sharing with you what I've already been through. Okay, so because of that statement, a lot of people said that I felt like I should take a few minutes and just expand a little bit on where it came from. So this is J Stone, the emotional nudist, master brand coach, and your authentic living mentor. I want you to start eating your fear until it tastes good, because I'm here to help you create the life you crave. That's jstone.com. We'll catch you on the flip side.